hello, everybody. So, it's another episode, and it's time to recap episode 9. I feel like this season is actually going so fast. I just hope we do not have what is they call it, a part one and part two. Let it just be only part one so that we know that we're done and we're good. So, before we go into the episode, what did you think about the episode overall?
Overall, honestly, I'm just getting sick and tired of certain people on the show. It's just, and certain, like, they just keep running with the same story. So it's just making the episodes boring. Like, it's just not really giving. I mean, I'm glad, like, the Latricia part was kind of, like, okay, well, we're getting somewhere. But other than that, like, the rest of it, I felt like it was just a bunch of fake, just a bunch of fakery. Like, I can't stand Destiny. The whole, we'll get into her, but just all of it. I was just like, okay, whatever. But yeah, don't. Yeah, I hope they don't cut it off for part one and part two. Let's just go ahead and give us, like, was it 15 episodes like they normally do, and give us a reunion, and let's go from there.
Yeah, I actually have like last season was dragging. I mean, when we had 23 episodes, then we had was it extra 15? That's why I actually stopped reviewing. I was just like, come on, the same storylines for so long. It was just really, but to be honest, I don't think this episode was bad. The only thing was that I was watching it whilst doing other things, but I did feel it was dragging a little bit. But to be honest, it was not such a bad episode. But let's get into it. So the episode started off with Stormy going to jail because of the whole Black Titanic thing. And this one thing I've said to Carlos, because yes, you are crying, you're feeling overwhelmed and everything, but I hate the fact that they do not paint the real picture of what happened. One, I'm still going to stand on that point that says that Black Titanic went too far by showing up. But still, the reason why you were called was not only because of the Black Titanic stuff. There were so many regulations that you broke in that whole scene. So it was not even only about the whole Black Titanic stuff. So I didn't like the fact that we didn't really get a good picture of the whole thing, and she was made to make herself like the perfect victim.
Yeah, that's what, like, kind of pissed me off too. It's like you're not giving the full story, you're not telling everything, and then it's like certain things we seen play out live. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I understand, like, you feel some type of way because Black Titanic showed up at your business, but that's what she does. Basically an investigative journalist. She's shown up at the courthouse with Mel. Mel ain't cussed her out and threatened to, do stuff to her, or, like, she's done that with everybody. So it's not like it was just Stormy who this has happened to. Stormy's just the one who took it too far. And as you said, it wasn't just that. There were other things that happened that surrounded that. Because for you to have two warrants, it wasn't just that one incident. Like, there was some things that happened, for this to be taken to where it was. Now, I will say, like, I understand her being overwhelmed and all of that, but yeah, her being painted as this victim, and she just doesn't understand why this is happening to her, and she just wanted to keep throwing up how she's this billionaire CEO of this huge company. And okay, girl, we get it. You said it several times. I don't know how many times you want to try to drill it in our head that you're a big boss. Like, we understand, but, like, that just kept. It's like, girl, is that all you're worried
I
about?
mean,
Is the
if I
fact that
really
you're
keeping
a CEO?
yeah, because if we're really keeping it a buck, we need to ask the question, why is she no longer selling her hair care? Because if that question is asked, it will go back to this whole situation. Why can I hear myself? Okay, I'm no longer hearing myself. Because if we ask that particular question, then we will understand why this whole scene played that. Hello, Braylon, how are you? So, because it's very unfortunate that nobody's asking the question, why did this woman stop selling her hair care? it was all because of all these things. But she doesn't want to talk about it. She has created the image now that, oh, someone came to our shop, someone attacked her, and da da da. I'm just like, come on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're just giving only the narrative that you're wanting the viewers on television to see. Because yeah, not everybody's on social media, not everybody sees it, but most people who follow this show, they follow the content creators on social media. They follow the ones on YouTube who are giving live updates. So a lot of us seen a lot of this play out. It's just playing out on the show now. So it's like, girl, like there's some facts that have come out even after this has happened. So to come on the show and for them to, but I can't even say for the show to allow her to do this because that's that's kind of the narrative that this show is running with, letting the antagonizer play victim, allowing, for the person who is actually who has done wrong to be able to paint their own narrative and make it like everybody else is just not right. So, I mean, girl, just I would have felt better if she would have been like, yeah, yeah, she did come up to the shop and I was overwhelmed and I was feeling, this type of way. And, things got out of hand, but it didn't have to come to this. Like, you, any type of way, take some type of accountability. I'm so sick of these grown ass people on this show not taking any accountability for their actions, but yet they keep on wanting to play victim or throw up how they're this millionaire and they got this, that, and the third, but y'all are not being transparent. Like on this show, there's y'all only Mel is honestly the only one who is showing blueprints or at least trying to help people from the bottom get their stuff together and actually showing how she became successful. Everyone else on here wants to show and act like they're millionaires, they're bosses, they're this, they're that, but yet y'all are not showing any type of, oh, well, this is how I got to where I'm at. Yet, even though I'm here, I still have bad days. This is how I pick myself up. Like, there's none of that. There's no transparency, no accountability, and it's just all you talk about is your worth. But I feel like they don't even really know their worth. That's why they talk about it so much because they have to make themselves believe it. But yeah, the situation was sad with Stormy, her mom not coming, you know, and but at least Courtney's mom came to at least support her in that moment. Because regardless of whatever, support is needed in anything you're going through in life. It's always good to have some type of support.
I even feel her mom not showing up is some sort of storyline so that they could talk and bash Mel. But that will be something I'll talk about later because I'm like, okay, from where to where. Anyways, she was not
Right.
even there for a long time, so I don't even understand the whole melodrama that was being played out here. But I guess when you need a storyline or somebody to hate on this show, everybody keeps talking about the millimeters, like every single episode. Even if I was not a millimeter, I'll be like, come on, like, is that going to be everybody's storyline? These people are hateful, these people are bashing me, these people are doing this. And I'm like, come on, that doesn't even make any sense. Are you not tired? Yeah, in a way, she did give them ammunition because every single person keeps talking about this situation and trying to align it to Mel. And yeah, she probably did it for the right reason, but the way it went about and the things that happened after, it did not just look nice. And I've said this and I'm going to stand on my point. People may say, oh, I'm not the, but it's just like the optics of that whole event did not just look pleasing.
No, and that's so true, and it's so crazy how they are definitely trying to use, like, we've been seeing them try to use Mel as a storyline for years. Like, we've been seeing it, but now it's just like it's just going to a whole nother level. Now it's the millimeters, they're attacking and this, that, and the third. But this is my thing. How long did y'all think that this woman was going to sit back? One, Mel doesn't sit there and tell us to, or tell the millimeters, oh, go do this, go be, you know what I'm saying, go be this way to other people, go be mean to them, go do this. No, Mel has, there's been plenty of times where Mel has said, back down, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. She's tried to, you know what I'm saying, just be cool and calm and handle things, professionally and in her own way. But when stuff keeps getting out of hand and y'all just steady keep, doing foul stuff, how long did y'all think that it was going to take before a person finally says, you know what, enough is enough? Like, how long was y'all going to keep attacking? And before even the whole millimeter activate thing, people were coming for her fan base. It was always her fan, the millimeters this, the millimeters that. Even before there was a millimeter activate, before any of that, it was her fan base this. Mel, you this, Mel, you that. Mel, not one person on this show has her back, not one still, and not one person has come up and said, you know what, we got to understand that these are people who watch the show. These are her fans. We cannot really expect for her to be able to control millions of grown other people that she does not see, she does not know personally. Has she, I mean, and if they're honest with it, they'll say, yeah, we have seen her, calm them down. But how long are y'all going to keep talking about this woman or keep trying to attack her and think that she's not going to say something? Now it's really about to be something now that she's gonna come out with all these receipts and she's done, she's clapping back. Oh, it's really about to be a whole thing. But yeah, Mel is still the storyline, and I agree with you. I feel like her not coming, Betty not showing up was a reason for her to somehow throw up Mel, because it's Mel's fault that Stormi, has the warrants. It's because of Mel. Mel's the one who told Stormy to act the way that she did. Mel's the one who told Black Titanic to do what she did. Even though neither one of those are true, but still in Betty's eyes, that's what it is, or that's just the story for production. Hey, Ladon.
Hello, Dawn. You know what? Before we get into Betty's talk, because at that moment I really have a lot to say, because that situation is just weird that she's trying to create a narrative for what is exactly not true. But let's move on from this whole crying thing to this other scene. So now Tisha, Trisha, and Destiny meet up to make candles. And she says she's bringing up the whole reignite. Now I'm confused about this timeline because Hyladon, I am very sure that she already did the whole reignite candle stuff. I don't understand why she's saying she's bringing out a candle or scent, whatever, whatever, and she's bringing out a candle first. Because I can bet you that she already unveiled the candle, started selling the candle, except if my memory is lacking. Someone please correct me because it just doesn't make sense. And
No,
it,
girl, because I seen the candles too, and I was like, wait a second, haven't you already started selling the candles? Like, so the hair care didn't work out, so you gonna like you just completely switching over to home scent or home decor or whatever? Okay, okay, girl. You trying to sell them on Alibaba? Like you done already got caught up with that too. Like, yeah, that was the whole thing with them candles and her and Alibaba. Like, girl, she's still out here trying to scam with her lying ass.
or more or less they're trying to make it seem like she's actually busy, she's actually doing something. They really want us to say that, oh, Destiny fits in, Destiny is important for the show, Destiny should be back. So that's, I think, more reason why they're trying to bring storylines here and there to make it seem like she's important, because for me, I just don't understand or see the reason why. Oh, let me not bash, but that's just that whole conversation about candles. Could have just said I've brought out candles, which I'm about to reintroduce into the market, and I'm trying to bring a scent line so that it will make more sense. Because we watching it, I definitely know that those candles have been launched prior to this scene. Just saying. But now She starts talking about Sunny and Moses. She said she did not know how Sunny and Moses got into the lovers, friends and lovers gala. And Moses was staring at her boobs. She said Sunny was insecure, and that when she came to talk to her, she didn't want to speak with her. And then when she accused her, telling her that she was a side chick, blah blah blah, that she told her that he was sleeping with all of St. Louis, and it's because she left Moses that's how Sonny actually even got the ring. That if she decides to get Moses today, he's going to get back. I hate when women make these statements about people's partner saying, "Oh, if I want you, I can get you." It just it just seems ridiculous, because if they actually wanted you, they wouldn't have dumped you for her. If you were so irreplaceable, he would have done everything to get back to you instead of her. Because you are saying that he was sleeping around whilst with her. So he was definitely sleeping around while he was with you. So I'm not understanding exactly what the guy is. Okay, he's sleeping around. That means you were also a side chick. So we finally agreed that how was he looking at your boobs? I think I still have the picture of her outfit to that gala. She looked horrendous, like plain horrendous. So I don't know what imagination she has. That entire outfit did not do her justice at all. So I do not understand why she is bragging about the whole thing, saying I can get a man if you lost the man to other women. That means you cannot even get him in the first place. You lost him. So how can you get somebody that does not want to be found by you?
But this is the
Yeah,
thing.
this
How
is the
can you
outfit.
really lose? How can you really lose someone that really truly wasn't even yours in the first place? Because if he was messing with other women in St. Louis and messing with you, and you still knew this, then you wasn't really his woman. You was just one of the women that he was messing with at the time. Like, girl. And then you act like you were just like that girl, like you were just so fucking. I'm sorry, so fly. You just act like you were so fly, so sexy. Like he just, oh, he wants all of this and da da. Da. Girl, if he did, you would have had the ring. If it was supposed to be y'all have known each other 15 years. Why is it that y'all never could make it work or didn't date before this? Why is it that this is the first time that it's coming out that you know what I'm saying? Oh, now y'all have dated and but you still didn't get a ring. Like you didn't get the stuff that you thought you was gonna get, but you talking about you can I can have him if I want him and right now to this day that is not what does that say to you? Like what does that say about you as a person for you to still actually feel like oh yeah, if I want him right now I could get him. Like you're in competition with other women just like Tisha is. Like y'all are in competition because clearly you can't keep a man. There's something about you that men just are off put about, and it makes it where they don't want to be around you and don't want to be with you. Like Destiny, paging patient Delulu. Like get get it together because Moses moved on. Okay, if he was looking at you, it was said that your titties popped out. So I'm pretty sure he wasn't the only one who looked. But because she's still stuck on him, that's the only thing that matters. That's the only one that matters. And then you want to talk. She talks about Sunny and listen. At least Sunny tried to come to you and talk because you doing all this other talking, and she evidently tried to reach out before you went on this podcast to give yourself a storyline. Like, girl, why can't you? Why is it that you just can't be woman and take accountability and say, you know what, it is what it is. I could talk to you about it. This is what I felt. I felt hurt. I felt this type of way. Let's go ahead and hash it out. Y'all go ahead and have your marriage,
It's
and I'm
more or
gonna move
less like
on.
she wants him stupid. No, you can go on.
No, I'm saying that. I mean, that's what it is. It's a story. because we're still not going to find. Give us the fraud. Like, tell us about how you're handling that, because evidently you're still not over LeBeric either, or you're just trying to ruin his life just because. Why? So, I mean, what is it about you, Destiny, that just has it to where your marriage, your husband divorced you after 3 weeks after getting birth, and this man that you so called said is your man and you loved or whatever got with somebody else and married her a month later? Like, what? Like, Destiny's just delusional to me. She's just delusional, and she's trying to align herself with other people that will feed into her delusion and actually treat her as if, oh, that's just so wrong. How could they do that, girl? Let's tell the truth. Let's just let the truth come out and let it be what it is. I think you're muted. Sana, if you was talking.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to get my laptop charger. But yeah, because initially I was like, yeah, Destiny, air them out. But now you are consistently talking about them, consistently bad mouthing Sunny, consistently like it's exhausting. So let's move from them. I don't think this scene needs to be talked about. I don't even know why it was shown. I guess they wanted to make 45 minutes, but it did not make any sense. So now Trisha invites her sister over and she wanted to confess about her relationship with Ken. She already asked her children if they'll be comfortable with her getting married to him. But this conversation actually left a sore taste in my mouth because, as much as possible, I know I'm not really that close to my family members, but one thing I know is that they know every single details about my relationship. You can't tell me you've been dating somebody for over 2 years and it's giving side chick behavior. For your sister to say, I thought you were just having a fling with Ken, that's a very big red flag to me. So, how were you describing your relationship with Ken to every other person? And then for her to just find out that you've been living in the same house with him, planning to marry him, the maths is not matching. There's something she's really hiding. And the fact
Maybe
that
the
all your
feelings
family
that
members
she
are
really has for
backing,
ex.
the family members are actually quite comfortable with you going back to your ex. Sorry, this is a whole red billboard.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because one, I'm starting to realize, like with her eye movements, when she's saying something that's maybe not quite true or that she's not feeling, she'll close her eyes hard and look away. Like, I'm starting to notice that about her, and I'm like, girl, are you telling the truth or are you not? Like, I don't know. Like you said, it's definitely a board. It's red. Like, it's huge. You can see it. There's something. Either you're still in love with your ex, or I, I just don't understand how it is after 4 years of not being together,
Plus, she also
not living.
lied. She lied about this ex thing. She said she and that she's not divorced from her ex, but they do not talk. But let's scroll back to episode back. She said she talks with him, but in some type of way, they don't just bring up the divorce. So, do you talk with your ex or do you not talk? What is it?
Not right, right, right. And hold on. And she also said, and her words was that she's been avoiding the situation. She's been avoiding having this conversation. So why are you avoiding having the conversation? What is it that has you on hold to where you and your husband, because it's not even your ex-husband, he's you guys are still married. You and your husband have not filed for paperwork, have not filed for separation, have not talked about it in over 4 years. But yet, I'm sure both of y'all are dating other people. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. There's no way in hell you're going to tell me that I'm going to be with you for 2 years. We're living together for a year. Evidently, there's some love somewhere, but you're still married? No, because, no, that just, this show is turning into Love and Side Chicks of Huntsville. Like, I cannot say it enough. I cannot stress this. This show is turning into everyone being a side chick. Where's the love? Where's the marriage? Where is the true, like, I just don't understand this. And then, like you said, like, your family, you sit down with your sister, but your sister's like, one, shocked at everything, and they're really more supporting the fact, like, hey, maybe you and your ex can get back together and possibly work things out. It's like, uh, something's not sweet. Something in the Kool-Aid ain't sweet, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't trust her. I, I, I just, I don't, I just, I don't know what it is, but something is just telling me like she's hiding something. Right, she is definitely hiding something. There's something that is, and right, Bridget, she might have been the problem, or right, yeah, she, something. There's just something to it. Either you still do love your ex and you're still really holding on to the fact of possibly there could be something or could have been something. But I just don't understand. Like, why is it taking so long? And why is it that you're just having such a problem telling people, hey, I found someone else and I want to be with them? If you found someone else and you
Because
love
some
them and
people
you want
love
to be
this
with
kind
them,
of
why
toxic
not?
love. Some people
No,
like this
that's
kind of toxic love.
that's crazy. That is that. Mm-mm. That's how you lose a good thing, and that's why a lot of people have trust issues because of stuff like this. Like, people doing crazy mess like this, it gives trust issues because Ken looks like he's all in, and he seems like he really is wanting to be with her, but you're really making this man wait to be able to love you the right way, or the way that he
And
wants to
then
love you
he became
because
a laughing matter. Everybody sees him as a joke because when you dip it, it makes no sense for somebody who really likes you to wait so long to divorce their ex. And for you to say he became toxic, he was not there. The description for what made your relationship break up gives us the opinion that once you leave this person, the next day you're already filing your divorce suit. So it's very weird to me that you've waited 4 years, you've hidden the relationship so tight, and then he is basing. For the first time, I actually agree with Martell. You are actually a side dude. The family member did not even know you were dating serious. The family member took you as a boy toy.
exactly, like, yeah.
And then Martell pretending like he did not recognize her, like, please. They're saying that she looks different and that you know how many women is texting. And then in the preview of next episode, they're saying that she was coming off into your room. It just did not make any sense. And one thing I like about Ken that he it's very obvious that he's very confident in the kind of person that he is. I love that about men. I love very confident men. Regardless of the situation, he understands how bad it looks. And I guess love is a very horrible tool because that's what she's using against him.
Yeah. And that's what's messed up is like he actually loves her and wants to, have a future. Just like he said, like he wasn't looking for that. Neither one of them was. But for you to find that in a person and you want that, but yet you can't actually explore it because they're still married and it doesn't seem like they're really willing to end that chapter, even though they haven't been together what years before y'all had even gotten together. Like honestly, that would have been a flag to me. It's like, okay, you said that y'all haven't been together in 3 years. Now we're together, but yet you still haven't even filed for divorce. You haven't even had the conversation. Like, no, something's not right. Something's just not right. Like, I'm ready to see her with her husband. Like, I'm ready to see that interaction. I'm ready to see that conversation. I want to see how she is around him because there's something that's just not sitting right. And even though she said that they were toxic together or whatever, maybe that's really what you like because sometimes being the exact same as somebody might not be as fun and entertaining and lively. Sometimes people need that toxic shit. So maybe that's just something that she needs. She's just like, hey, I really need this in my life because Ken doesn't give me that. I don't know, but there's something's just not right with her. And I'm really tired of
Yeah.
hearing the
Maybe
same
that's why
narrative.
she even got so offended. She got so offended when Martell pretended not to recognize her. She likes that toxic shit. And Ken is not giving it to her. And that's very, very terrible. But yeah, so the last scene that came up was Stormy and her mom. Honestly, oh gosh. She first starts off with the situation, the fact that the mom did not come. Her mom saying, "Oh, the reason why I didn't come is because I wanted you to understand that this is what happens when you go on TV, and that she does not like the fact that there's one person that keeps sending her fans, telling them that they should activate. And then when someone was like, put a name on me, she was like, oh, Mel, I don't like Mel. She now made a statement that I don't think people caught. She said, and I quote, every time I attack Mel, her fans attack me. And I don't like that. I don't like that heifer. And I'm like, is it the fact that the fans are defending this woman that you guys have a problem with? Or do you have a problem with her? Because Betty is being very hypocritical. Before you met this woman, you hated her. So let's be frank. You lying that, oh, I didn't want my daughter to be on Right TV is bullshit. Because we can remember clearly you made several posts saying that your daughter is the prime example of what love and marriage Huntsville is, and that your daughter should be the face. So I'm like, are we going to keep lying just because you guys want to twist a particular storyline for TV? You've been bashing this woman since that Kingdom Come, and then now you're acting so brand new. Oh, come on.
Like Betty really needs to stop this. Like every since Stormy has gotten on the show, Betty has had some reason why she is not liked Mel. There's always going to be a reason why she doesn't like Mel, and the main reason why, I'll say this, I don't care, it's my opinion. I feel like the reason why none of these women like Mel is because Mel is the epitome of what they want to be. Mel is doing the things that they wish that they could do, and she's the person they wish they could be. And it's a lot of jealousy, it's a lot of envy. And then, for the parents, it's the same as well. You got these moms who aren't doing as well and aren't living the life that, Mel's mom is, and Mel is living, so it's a lot of jealousy. It's a whole lot of jealousy going on. And for Betty to act like, oh, Mel should have did this, and she telling them to activate. Listen, if I hear this repeated storyline, Carlos, I feel like Carlos is really doing some behind the back stuff. Like he's doing some dog ass shit. Like I'm sorry to say it, but he is. Like, and you can tell by what's being said on these episodes and how the same storyline and the same phrases are being regurgitated. Why are y'all steady talking about the millimeters? Talk about some real stuff. Like, talk about what is necessary to help your situation. Because the millimeters ain't coming for nobody that hasn't, one, either come for the millimeters personally or haven't done some stuff to where, listen, if nobody else is going to protect this woman, we're going to protect her. Because sometimes that has to be done. Nobody else on the show has stood up for her. No one else on this show has actually tried to help her out. They've attacked her in every way, shape, form, and fashion and try to bring her down in every way that they can. Every last one of them has done this to her. But yet y'all are upset now because it's not happening. It's not able to happen like that. And because y'all are being held accountable, you have content creators talking about y'all and actually holding y'all's feet to the fire. So now it's a whole thing and it's a whole storyline for we're on episode 9 and y'all are still talking about the same thing. Like, come on. Come on, Betty, really? Your daughter needed you because she did something. Let's talk about the truth. Just like you said, this wasn't her first time in jail. Even though it might have happened when she was 18, let's talk about the real problem. Let's talk about the family problems that y'all have. Let's not talk about the fact that this woman or you are jealous of another woman and the abilities that she has to create her own wealth. Like, I'm sorry that y'all can't be on the level that she is, but let's not talk about that. Let's talk about y'all and what needs to be done for y'all to be on a better level. Upgrade yourself. You might not be able to be on the level as Mel, but you can at least be on your own level. Like, why is this such a problem? Why is it that Mel is the topic of everyone's conversation and the storyline for this show for 9 episodes already? I mean, she's been the topic every episode, every season. Like, it's always something, but come on. Like, can we switch it up? Yeah, and then that's also something else, right? And then she just acts like it was just so hard to say sorry. And then for her, like, I don't know if she thinks it's cute, but I don't say sorry. I don't apologize for things that I say and do. Really. So even when you're wrong and you know that you're wrong and you're doing stuff that is is wrong, you're not gonna say sorry. Oh, okay. All right. And then Stormy just sitting there, just not even. Again, Stormy, you know the truth, and you know the way that you got on the show. Because if it wasn't for Mel, you wouldn't be on the show. Betty, you wouldn't be on the show. That whole story, none of it, because he wasn't going to make it on Bell Collective. So Mel was able to get you on Love and Marriage Huntsville. There's no appreciation for it. There's no, listen, ma, you're looking at things differently and you're seeing things maybe out of focus. Like, stand up. Stand up to your mom at some point, Stormy. At some point. If not, then y'all get what you get. And what's happening right now, where Mel is exposing everybody, that's what happens. Y'all wanted to keep on coming forward. Okay, this is what happens now.
For me, it was the way they described the episode. I felt like, okay, I'm coming to see Stormy tell her mom enough is enough. Only for her to keep saying, oh, mom, just say sorry, just say sorry. I will never beg somebody for sorry because until you feel you are wrong, you will never tell somebody sorry. So she only said that because she knows that she will never look good. And that just speaks into Stormy's upbringing. You know that she's very ratchet. It I mean, you're not that very ratchet. But then when you look at her mom, you will understand why. The whole thing is just so sad because her mom is like a stain that has refused to clean off. And she keeps poisoning Stormy's mind. A woman that has never liked any of her friends from childhood, she's toxic. Because I know that sometimes my mom has warned me off of friendships, but they won't say, oh, don't be friends with this person. They'll say, be careful. The fact that you've had something negative to say about every single friend that your daughter has had is very, very weird. And yeah, I agree with Ladon. Stormy's mom is one making people dislike Stormy, period. Because honestly, I was very neutral about Stormy. Even to date, I'm neutral about her because I'm like, I don't think she has really done too much or done less. She's just there. So I'm neutral about her. But her mom is like this Whitlow. When you have a Whitlow that refuses to go, so painful, so annoying, so loud mouthed, so unrepentant, so ras. Ugh, her mom is just not it for me.
Betty gives off the she gives off that because the relationship didn't work with Stormy's dad type stuff. Like Stormy's her best friend. Stormy couldn't have friends. She was afraid that Stormy was gonna leave too. It's like that abandonment thing. Like no, if Stormy has other friends, then she's not gonna want to be around me. She's gonna grow away from me. She's not gonna listen to me. I can't poison her like I want to. So I feel like Betty held Stormy close as a kid. Like I feel like her upbringing was crazy and messed up. Like it seems like Betty just like wanted Stormy for herself because Betty didn't have nobody else. So she didn't want Stormy to either. So it's like anytime Stormy would get close to people, Betty would push him away. Betty would have a problem. That's why Stormy said she was like that with all her friends. So like I definitely agree with you, Ladon. Like she's definitely the cause for Stormy being, I feel like, in so much riffraff and actually having a lot of the problems that she's having. It has nothing to do with Mel, has nothing to do with the millimeters, has everything to do with you. Like Betty doesn't understand that she's creating certain circumstances for her child, and it's not good ones because even Stormy and Mel have talked. They've sat down. They've had, one-on-one conversations. So why is it that Stormy and Mel can talk and have a conversation, but Betty, you're still harboring ill feelings. You're still causing problems. You're still, you know, trying to make Stormy feel like Mel is um, a bad friend or a bad person, and it's her fault that all this stuff is happening in her life. Your daughter chose to get on this show. She's a grown ass woman. If she did not want to be on this show and didn't understand what comes with being on a show and being, she wanted to be the it girl. Like, listen, this is what happens when you get on reality TV and you do start becoming, a name. Like, this is what happens. So she knew this. But to blame, to keep blaming Mel for all the problems and all the woes, it's like, girl, just find a different storyline, Betty, or just get her off the show. Just get take all that toxicity off the show. But once again, they need it. It is necessary for them to have views. And yeah, Stormy could never be the face of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm sorry. Why? Just because her and Courtney might have a better marriage than maybe some of them? Okay, but no, they're. I no, I don't see her being the face of anything. If the show is already not doing numbers, okay, the show is already lacking. There's a whole new number one show, and it's not Love and Marriage Huntsville. The Never Ever Mets is number one now, and they've been picked up for season two. Like nobody's going, they're going to stop paying attention to Love and Marriage Huntsville.
I already said what could save this show. The only thing is that Carlos is not willing to let go of his pets because once he becomes a brutal director, everybody is going to actually step up and bring their storylines. But yeah, nobody wants to do that. So yeah. But I guess that's all. We've covered the entire episode. The episode had only 4 scenes, which was actually shocking. But yeah, we've covered the entire thing. So don't forget to like, subscribe to our both channels, Gigi Now, a Queen's Tea with Gigi Now, and to my channel, Top Lana. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.